Hi, I'm Poppa Stimpack, and I'm here with the one and only Ronnie.
Hello, bro.
From Mantic Games.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well.
You've had a good year so far, haven't you?
Yeah. Okay. Well, you've been a Mantic fan for a while, haven't you?
Yeah. 2013 on the second edition of Kings of War. I backed Kickstarter, and I've been a fan since then. So, all the questions for you. You've got the tribes.
Yeah.
What's the chance of Star Saga coming out as a tribe? Was it bolt-on or was it own or?
Yeah. So I mean, Tribes is our my mini factory kind of weekly. It's weekly, monthly. Clive would have a heart attack if it was weekly. Where we I've got a couple of tribes running. So the first one we did was actually our Walking Dead range.
That one.
There we go. That's the lunch fan. Don't worry about that.
No, it's
okay. And what basic principle is, each month you got another instalment, like another comic's worth of stuff, and we were moving through. We loved it so much, we then put Firefighter there.
I'm a member of that one as well.
And this is them being able to get their hands on, an Enforcer faction, a Forge Father faction, a Steering faction. And I think what it's doing is it's
Steering's next.
Oh, did I leak then? Oh dear. At some point,
Yes.
There's millions of people out there who want to come to tournaments and play games and be part of a kind of cool and growing hobby. And we thought, well, that's what Mantic's all about, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, everyone welcome. So,
well, circling back to myself, the Escalation Protocol. First episode is on the Champions, which is over there.
Yeah.
Second episode,
and we've got, I think, a STL Champions faction available for Salamanders. You can play. Just download them. So if you don't want to do plastic, or you love your printer, which people do. We've got Salamander Army for Kings of War.
Second episode is on Dead Zone, Amazon Labs. My favourite.
There's a fair few Dead Zone. I think the Dead Zone factions are currently in a Dead Zone frontier on MMF. They've yet come to the.
If you could do a Dead Zone tribe. Thing is though, you can't really do a tribe for Dead Zone.
No, it's a subset of the Firefight.
Yeah. So
as we go through the Firefight one, what we'll probably do is 1 month go. Here's some Dead Zone stuff.
Well, it'd be really easy because the files exist on your vaults, so it's basically a drag and drop for you.
Yeah, we're realising that the first big game we did on the vaults was Armada, which was fantastic. When we sculpt a ship, so Ricky sculpts the ship, dwarf ship, fantastic, lovely. Then Ricky sits down with them and goes, right, now take all those cannons off and put those over here. And we print those separately, and then he puts all of those on a sprue because you can't cast those cannons. And what happens is he tells them where to cut the front off, cut the side, cut those cannons off, and that's what came over for resin. Of course, as a 3D printer, you can print with all these cannons on and everything else. So when it sounds like a drag and drop, we've actually learned a lot in the way. We've gone, right, go back to the original Z file, put all the cannons back on, now send it again as a new exportable. But you're learning all the time. But in theory, we're building up a very cool collection of abilities to access Firefight, Dead Zone, Kings of War, Champions. Walking Dead.
That's the reason why on the channel, me and both the Iron Joel, we champion you a lot. It's your accessibility. You are priced very competitively with just your normal models. Like we can buy a whole army for like £100. That's with another company. That's a single model.
But gradually, listen. I think toy soldiers should be available to all. And we have the guys and girls. Ladies here work bloody hard to do that. We've got to be smart. We've got to put whole armies on a sprue, but you get the sprues and then you get an army. If we can be smart about it, we can kind of allow people both. And it's money and it's time.
And not only that, speaking of time, there's nothing worse than spending 10, 12, 40 hours in one case with a certain model I painted, and I put it on the table, bang, dead. All right.
Bit frustrating.
Yeah, and that's another thing I love about your games is the model stays on the table. Yeah, and
You have a King's War regiment that stays there until it's not there.
Yeah, and for me as a gamer, it is like Mantic has respected my investment, not in the money, but in the time and my enjoyment investment. You want me to keep that model on the table as long as possible.
Well, also then you start building dioramas, which is how you theme an army. You know, and I think that tells a story too. You know, here's my king. He's on the same base as this, but you don't get that kind of rank. And then models are coming off, it looks bitty. This is a unit, they're fighting here, they're clattering away, they're nearly breaking, but they hang on, they hang around the flag and they stand for one more turn. That can swing a battle. And I think those heroic moments are what we try and capture.
Yeah. So, the next question, Epic.
Yeah.
When's Maison coming in?
Yeah. Well, listen, Epic obviously was a huge Kickstarter. We needed that to get through the spruce. It was a too big an investment for us to carry.
But it worked.
It worked.
Hugely. It worked really well.
Yeah.
I have the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I love it. One little gripe is the giant plague mech.
Right.
It's very similar to the normal one.
Is it? Okay.
It's only got like a little thing. It's a minor gripe, but that's what conversion's for.
Yeah. Okay. No, fine. Listen, when you do that much creative work in that amount of time, and we realise that super heavies were a huge part of what people wanted to do. So it was a big challenge. Yeah. That Warpath Kickstarter. You know, we planned it for 4. Yeah. It took off. We ended up doing 8. We probably should have stopped at 6, probably. And that would have just. But we wanted to do it. Yeah. Our enthusiasm sometimes carries us to places that make our mouths write checks, our ego writes checks, our bodies then have to go and cash.
But again, with your tribes, it's really easy to go, okay, here's a conversion bit. Yeah. Yeah. You can like.
Well, and we've got a load of that planned. I think later in the year, we're doing our first Warpath Universe book.
Ooh.
Which is going to cover Epic and Dead Zone and Firefight. Yeah. So Nameless for Firefight and Dead Zone, and a third wave. So some new kit for every single 8 of the 8 armies. And all themed together under a big story because Nameless is already in Epic. So it's just we can actually go in there and something for everybody, everything for somebody. But
yeah, because I want to take my Dead Zone force into Firefight, from Firefight into Epic. I want the same commander or something. Yeah. So it tells a story. Yeah. And why is it not in Epic? Because you got stepped on in the last game. That's why. Yeah. So there's that as well. But big things.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots going on. Halo is obviously going crazy for us. I think the joy of that is.
I've also.
Yeah, have you? Yeah.
I mean, tried.
Yeah, not for a while.
Not for a while.
It took us a while to get them talking into giving us a license. 8 years. And a year or 2 to let them turn it from a boxed game into a full war game, which we'd always planned, but we just had to talk them around that war games aren't quite as scary as you think, and we know what we're doing. But in terms of accessibility, massive. Yeah. Big computer game just literally landing tomorrow. So all of a sudden, we've got a really relevant, beautiful IP that's bringing people in. And what that's doing is they're going, this is a great game.
What else do you do?
Oh, Dead Zone. Yeah. Oh, okay. And so we're starting to really see these kind of scale-up effects happening where.
And that's what our Syndicate's all about, really, is about shining a light on one thing that then makes you spiral into other things.
And you go where you want. If you want to do I love Epic, I love sci-fi, so I'm doing it in 10 mil and skirmish and mass battle. Fine. If you like, actually, I like Dead Zone. But I've got everything in Halo, but actually I want to do the terrain and do all that. So I've got it in Halo, I'll do it in 10. Yeah. If you like small skirmish Kings of War battles, champions. If you like mass battle, 10,000 points, Kings of War. You can go there.
I have been looking at this guy here, and he's calling to me. He's calling to me.
It's like 19 centimetres tall, I think. Yeah.
Ludicrous.
Yeah. 19 centimetres tall.
You have a giant making
it just like the price point as well. It's so good. So. Things I want to talk about. I have my youngest son, very autistic. Yeah. Christmas, you released the advent calendars. Got him the Worms one. He loves the Worms game. So fun. Thank you. Well because the models are also slightly bigger, he can actually, because of his he can play them. And he's again. What are your plans going forward for more advent calendars?
Yeah. So I don't have revealed this yet, but it's just about to happen. We've got Hellboy this year. Ooh. And what we've learned, we've done two things. One of the things is we've made the actual. So the Worms game was a mini version of the Worms game, which I think was really good fun. It was 4 players but 2 each.
Yeah.
With Hellboy, we're actually doing something quite clever. It's frogs and ladders.
Oh, yeah.
So you've got this joy of unpacking something every day. Yeah. If you get a chance, you can give it a paint as you go through the thing. And then on Christmas Day, you can pop it out. And what we've realised is having a kind of, quite tough board game, like the Walking Dead one we did, like Deep Space. They're good fun, but they're not a kind of party game. Yeah. They're a bit more serious. The first one, which was the
Brawl,
Christmas Brawl thingy, which was a barroom brawl.
Yeah.
That was a kind of party game. You could learn it, but still quite advanced. They actually went up from there. Now we've gone down from there. You roll the dice. You've got to beat the frogs down. Go up. If you lose to a frog, you go down. The frogs are at the top of the
That's so amazing.
And so it's good fun. But the joy of it is you're getting minis. You've got something you can paint. You get the joy of it every day. Yeah. We've also learned things like there's little tags on it now, so you can reseal it, so it stays as a game.
Yeah.
We've got a terrain crate one, so if you want to
reward as well. That. Yeah, I know.
And we've got one. We've got it sounds like the only other new one we've done this year is there's a Heroes and Monsters Dungeon one. Ooh. Which is all the figures from Dungeon Saga and all those.
Nice.
So again, if you're a dungeon master, you can say thanks to your dungeon master, or you want to start your collection, pick one a day. It's got the barbarian, it's got the dwarf, it's got the thing.
Oh yeah, that's going on pre-order.
Watch out for that. But so again, we love them. We think they're great fun. We think they are enjoyable, and we've been doing them 3 years now, and we've learned things like make the lid resealable.
Yeah.
Put a mat into place so you don't need to cut your box up.
Yeah.
So each year we
did that with the Worms one. Yeah. That caused some.
So now we have a sheet in there. So good. So there.
One last question before
you go. Let's do that.
Right. Plants vs Zombies. Anything to tell us about that?
Yeah. Okay. This is a sneak peek. So we love doing Worms, and I've said a while ago we had a board. Kind of. Obviously, you can see from this we love war games. Yeah. And I was getting some fantastic war games license, but war games are big and hard. The Walking Dead, Mars Attacks
as well.
Yeah, and appeal to a niche. Yeah. Halo probably has the biggest niche you could appeal to, but you've still got to want to play a war game, rolling dice, painting figures. We don't need painting, but we've made it as accessible as we can. But it's still a war game, and we were turning down some great licenses where there wasn't a war game. Yeah. And Worms was the first, really. There's Umbrella Academy was the first where we dabbled with it, but Worms was the first one where we really went. It's a computer game that we love. It's player versus player. It has hand grenades. It has flamethrowers. It has
all the fun stuff.
Grannies. Yeah. So it had all of the elements we want. Weapons, people shooting each other, but it's also got a whole heap of fun in it. Yeah. And we went out and we made that enormously successful. People just love it. Yeah. There's a Kickstarter edition, there's been a retail edition. We're just about to launch Gold in 30 years, which is a 5 and 6 player. It's a shrunk down version of the Kickstarter. I've got some exclusives, but it's got a whole different set of Worms, and we really enjoyed doing it.
I'll play to my son.
Right. Yeah. Well, it did a perfect thing because then it's gone from a little mini to a 12 player, to a 6 player, but with choice of all the Worms. And so Plants vs Zombies came up for an accidental conversation that I was having with someone, and I said, "Joys, it's cooperative, not player versus player." Mm-hmm. So the zombies are AI. Yeah. Now, obviously, we got excited and have written rules that you can play the zombies, so you can make it PvP. But basically, there's a card deck. You forgot where you planted things. When it goes wrong, but it's just fun. It's an evening of fun where you all play together. The retail version will be cardboard zombies and cardboard plants and holds up, and the Kickstarter edition will be plastic.
Any chance of like a separate set, like a box so you can have them in resin or hard plastic so you could upgrade? Or
the collector's edition, the Kickstarter edition will be all in plastic. Okay, there'll be a big box exactly like Worms. With a whole heap of cool stuff in it.
And when does that go live?
End of the year.
End of the year?
Yeah.
Okay.
7 November for delivery 2027.
Okay, so can you spare a thought for my poor wallet?
Yeah. Pacing it out here, pacing it out. So,
last question. I know the last question, but what are you most excited for in the future?
Seeing Mantic grow. Because when you came in here, you know, what I loved seeing was that you were happy with what we've made.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you know, we don't exist if people don't like what we do.
No.
And what I want is more people to enjoy toy soldiering and fun rolling dice and spending time with the people that matter to them. And I think we're trying to create something here that is, yes, it's competitive, but it's fun.
Yeah.
You turn up, you roll dice, you spend time with people you like, you shake hands at the end and go out, let's go and have a pint in the pub, or, you know, let's talk about it. There's nothing worse than getting your face smashed in for 2 hours and going home having spent a load of money and a load of emotion, and it's just, I want it to be fun, I want it to enjoy it, and that's the most important thing that we can do. If I'm selling box fun, from sitting at home painting it to think about collecting it, and if I could get that to more people, I think I've done my bit.
And that's our purpose.
Yeah.
That's our purpose as well.
Yeah.
We want to share that and shed that light because
the ups and the downs and
that's what it is.
Though,
That's the journey of life.
what makes it really hard for us is there's not many downs with you. You know, because you don't experience losing that prize model because it's there till the end. And so,
I mean, there always is when you get when your favourite unit routes off or whatever. But you know, we're trying to create something that has moments of high drama, but almost all of the time you're doing it, you're enjoying it. You're not looking at rule books. You're not arguing over what the word means, this and the other. And I think, you know, with Kings of War First, we've had some feedback that we streamlined the game but took out some of the uber competitive angles of it. Well, okay, look, we didn't mean to do that. But at the same time, I've been to 2 huge events, Lone Wolf and Clash of Kings Oz. Kyle's been down at Best of the Rest. And everybody played. Yes, they would have liked their army list to be a bit more thematic, and we denied them that, and we've apologised for that. But 60 people, well, no, we will sort it out.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, 60 people for 2 days on 3 occasions have sat there and not had one single argument.
The Fracture book adds so much more flavour to the armies that are focused on in that.
Great.
I absolutely love that book. Absolutely fantastic. Really excited as the books come out because, like you say, you'll be re-adding little bits of flavour here and there. And
we're adding the flavour, and with the next book, we intend to bring all of the armies up to where they were at the end of third. You know, we know shooting's an issue and the aim. We know it. We've heard it. If you start knee-jerking and taking this away, then right. All we need to do is level them up. Command order. We've done a huge big survey.
I personally think it's at a really exciting point. I'm super excited to get a 4th edition army on the table, and it's caused Poppa Stimpack to look at champions as a way into building a full army.
And you can either stop with champion. With ambush, it was only really stepping stone, and there was a few elements that in a low point game you'd want to see a bit more of. Can I have a few more cool things? Champions has got that baked in. I think we're going to focus on ambush at some point in the future and say, this is how you build an ambush army. The units will be on the same way to building a Kings of War army, but the army list selection gives you a freedom that you don't necessarily.
Accessibility.
You can have a giant at 100,000 points, which you can't if you're playing a big game because it's too OP because you haven't unlocked the units.
And the cool thing is with champions, obviously here at Mantic HQ, you're going to be having champion days and things like that. Games night's coming up as well, so lots of stuff going on.
Open day 7th of November. We've got a Halo launch day when the 1.5 comes in and Grunts, Jackals and Marines arrive. So listen guys, I need to crack on, but
can we kill our Marines? Can we kill our own friendly Marines?
Blue on blue.
Massive thank you, Ronnie. Thank you so much
for coming down. Thank you for being a Mantic fan.
And good luck with the summer campaign.
It's going to be good. Teach Samurai, it's going to be good.
Well, we're going to be doing a lot of that.
Yeah, great. Feature it out and hooking. It's exciting times.
Thank you ever so much.
Cheers everyone.
See ya.
Bye.